Are you spry?
Are you spry?
Let me fix you some sandwiches.
Does your daddy have a safe?
Need money to fix your sleigh?
Exactly.
All right. It is December. All right, guys. Absolutely wild Friday. Obviously, we had spy calls. 601s we had loaded throughout the day here on Thursday when we were all saying how much the market sucked. And usually, that is the place to buy it. And I just want to point out these Bollinger Bands again here. It was a pretty easy trade. You see the Bollinger Bands up here around 601. We're holding, sure, we pierce through, whatever. You're always gonna have bogus shenanigans like that in the stock market, okay? And in December, I would maybe encourage all of you not to stare at the 5-minute chart too much, but let's take here. You know, we're clearly basing here. I love the 1 hour chart. You know, you got a dead stow here. We're holding previous levels. You get your hammer candle in, you're fucking around. You gap up. I mean, if we zoom out, this whole pattern we've been playing here has been really choppy ever since we put in that inverted head and shoulders on the hourly here. One of my favorites. You can also call it a triple bottom, but it's an inverted head and shoulders, and it's been really choppy going up here. Now let's zoom out a little bit more just so you can see the gravity of the situation. All right, let's all go all the way back here. That's the Bank of Japan low right there. Okay, and if you're new watching this, excuse all the trend lines, but that's what makes this so awesome. All right, so that we've surpassed that. This big one you see coming in here, that's from the 2023 October low that I called. Okay, remember 200, 410? All right, that's where we are. So, just so you know, where's the collar? Well, we have been trading this JPM collar. The collar is the yellow line here on SPX, right? So we're above the collar. We've pierced the collar in Q4. We've pierced it. So now what? Well, it's very simple here. Look at the hourly stow that we've ridden up. It is maxed out. Can it go a little higher? Yes, but it's right there. All right, so you're either gonna want some basing to go higher, or you're gonna want to dip to the 9 or the 21 to kind of zero that fucker out. Okay, so as far as SPY, how are we playing this? Well, we are in some 601s and 603s and some 605s for Monday. Very simple. We're at the gap above this trend line and get going, or we need to come down and retest. That's why Monday's open is very important, right? It's very important. It's gonna give us a lot of knowledge to work with. Obviously, getting a little bit overextended here on the short term, and you're looking, where is that hourly Bollinger Band? Down there. Okay, that looks like a level we've been hanging out at pretty much. So any sell here at this point in time that holds the old FOMC is a buy. Now what happened here? Well, we were discussing it. We had the cup, we had the pullback, now we're working on this funky ass handle. Can this go higher? It can go way higher. I would say if you on Monday make it to that level, see I got long put swing. Now long for me is like 2 days, okay? I'm not short in this market. It presented its big short at 575, and what happened? Okay, we had that huge gap up that we are still defending, right? The Trump gap. Very similar here. You had this bottom right there. You had this bottom right here. Same pattern. Now we're going higher. I would want a higher high here and then pull back and see, are we gonna hold that? But there's a lot of levels here. Now granted, if the market has regular selling, you can work with levels. I mean, 598, I would almost be certain we backtest that next week, or even the FOMC line, because Friday was a half day full of bogus. But usually when you get that end of day sell, it reverses, and we've already kind of crept up here. So if we can gap over and putting the years, I think it's going to be like number 59 of all-time highs here. Great, we can keep going. Then we're going to use this 2023 trend line as a base. Under that, we got plenty of levels to work with. Now, that's great, and that's all SPX and SPY, and woohoo, and I love trading it. But let's look at the bigger picture here. What am I going to be chasing? You have Dow Jones putting in that all-time high, then you have SPX putting it in. Nasdaq's always the last one, right? So, for instance, let's go over and look at the NAMO. Unsurprisingly, can still go about 10 points higher on the RSI and really get a squeeze in. If that happens early in the week, you need to then chill for a while. And I think there's 2 trades in December, and I think all the seasonal charts show it. All right, you get this first, and this has been really on the money. I mean, come on. You get this initial pump, pullback, and then end of year rally. And all of them kind of show it. Here's the sports calendar. You see, and maybe Todd can grid the sports calendar, but all of them kind of match up where you had this initial ripper, you come down, you whether that's going to be the gap or whether that's going to be FOMC, we'll have to see, and then a ferocious ripper. And these charts this year have been pretty decent in my opinion. So I'm sure all of you have them, and I've shown them countless times, but could be an interesting little early push with a pullback, and that's kind of what I'm looking to play here. And I don't know if watching every 5-minute candle here is going to be key. I think actually playing 2 swings this month is going to be the way to go, which brings me to QQQ and what's gonna rip QQQ. Well, Apple's already at highs, okay, and we saw some shenanigans on Friday. You see this level here is we're right there. We've attacked this level 3 times on Apple. Do I want to be long in Apple here? No. Okay, gotcha. Microsoft has been in a mystic land all on its own for quite some time. Could definitely be the vehicle. We've entertained the thought of it being the vehicle. However, the Bollinger Bands are pretty tight on this one. All right, so that's one. Google, as soon as Trump becomes president, Google's gonna be under a lot of scrutiny, as we know. Is it gonna be Meta? Well, Zuckerberg was over there. Does it have room to all-time highs? Yes, but it's still in a downtrend overall. But it can pop, and it's fun to play premiums, and we caught it on Friday, I believe, and it was all fun and dandy. But it all brings us back to this guy who has plenty of room to its all-time high, or also offers room on the Bollinger Bands here, offers a daily stow cross at the bottoms. I would put my my leftover Thanksgiving food on that. This is gonna be the vehicle. That's why I'm in already for next week, 138s. I'll probably be buying dips on NVIDIA. It'll probably be my main trade next week, as well as kind of eyeing that 515 level. I think I'm in some 515 Friday starters already. The really nice daily candle off of the daily 9. Once you zoom in here, you see that you haven't had the MACD cross yet. I'm not stoked about this. This kind of tells me we could still have a dip. So QQQ and Nvidia definitely high on my list. I'm going to try to I don't know, stay away from a lot of stuff and focus on those two. So like if SMCI pops, great, but not really interested. I did want to add to our repertoire of Friday Costco at open, and I'm just going to quickly show you guys here. Slamming Costco at open on a Friday for premiums has been really nice. It did it on Friday. It did it last week's Friday as well. There's definitely a pattern there of popping on Fridays. Look at this open candle on that Friday. So something to add to your things. Here's another example. Friday, absolute fucking ripper. So this stock rips on Friday morning, which usually JPM does not do out of the gate. Even though we caught 100% on this on Friday, this kind of was left in the bag here. But another thing that points to QQQ and tech is this end of day rotation. You saw that dump on the banks, right? And what's kind of corroborating that theory is you see this SPY dark pool dump, and you see this QQQ influx coming in big time. They did buy up that JPM though, but SPY was kind of left hanging. So they're definitely rotating here. And the closer we get to Trump's presidency, a lot of these tech names, I mean, there's already rumors that they're gonna dial back on punishing China and this and that. So that for me next week, great. Tesla had a huge candle into close. Could be it's Tesla time again. Now, for all of you XRP holders, congratulations. It's been a wonderful weekend as well on that. We'll watch if these crypto names start going. But heading into next week, pretty straightforward. You look for an early push, whether it's that, look for that to kind of be a pretty big catalyst, right? Wednesday, we get some data, but this is going to determine if we just start ripping or if we get a pullback, which is Wednesday. Friday is the big catalyst with non-farm. Last time it was atrociously shit. That's not gonna be hard to beat. The market should really gap up. So if the market holds, I'll be buying dips off those major levels. I mean, you all have them. I can point them out. I'll write it in the chat when I do. Probably off of these levels right here. Writing up the 21 on the daily has been nice, and also the hourly. So that's my plan for next week. Buying dips on QQQ and Nvidia, and doing some scalping, but not. I am expecting some chop, and that's the reason I want to keep a really close eye on the hourly stow on SPY and QQQ. And right now, obviously, we're really up there, as you can see. So as soon, and it's not, as you can see here, if you watch the stow, it's not always the first one. You can scalp the first one, but for a swing, you want to grab that second one, right? Because for instance, here you see, okay, the hourly stow is coming down, great, you can scalp this, but you don't want to be in any big swing when it comes in and retests, right? You want to get in on the second one. Same thing here, comes down, then you get this big drop, you want to catch the second one, right? So we'll be looking for the same thing. This can stay up here again. If we gap and go, it can stay up there, but otherwise I'd be looking along the second bottom, either on the test of the 21, the 50, even the 89 is still above the thing there. As far as rotation, I'll do my same. I'll check Costco and JPM on Friday. Could be interesting if these charts really pan out, and we have we'll know early on in the week if we get an end of week ripper really strong. Then I'll probably take some puts for the week after that and chill, and then see where we retest and absolutely load it for the money shot this year, which I think we'll get. All right, guys, God bless. We had a great Friday. Let's continue it next week.
Liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis. Mission to build, resupply, and do research. International Space Station. Begins its penultimate journey ashore on the International Space Station. Atlantis almost 2 miles in altitude, almost 6 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center already, traveling 500 miles an hour.
Welcome, I'm Mr. Moontrain, and this is the Moon Landing Trading Course. I'm coming at you from my garden in Hawaii, and first of all, I want to congratulate you on being here and doing something about your situation. Huge! Now listen up, this is not going to be a regular trading course, but that's why you're here, am I right? Today, we're going to go over the 5 areas every trader needs to master and conquer in order to become successful and profitable.